This is Dean Legge and Matt DeBary going to talk about Clinch County freak athlete, whatever you want to call him, Trezmen Marshall. You and I saw him play this game right here against Hebron. Is it Hebron or Hebron Academy? Jeff Saturday's group.
Hebron.
He really was good.
Wrong.
And I mean, he really was good. A quarterback, sack, strip, touchdown.
Yeah, he's a jumbo athlete. Was recruited to play a little bit by some schools at running back. He's got a real thick build to him, lots of muscle.
He's not real tall.
Yeah.
That's
very
the only
compact
criticism of him.
But at middle linebacker, it's not, height isn't necessarily something you exactly need, but he can run and hit.
And in this game, he was playing quarterback. He was I think he was the punter, but it was definitely quarterback, linebacker. He was hard to deal with. Just as a high school football player, he was really, really good.
I mean, you want to talk about one of the toughest kids in this class, too. I think he plays with a lot of toughness. One of the most physical kids out there.
Extremely disruptive.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that, is violent. You don't hear that word too often, but I think he is a violent football player. Physical kid, loves contact, whether he's trying to run you over at quarterback. But I think he's one of those inside guys who can shoot the gaps really well. Would be tough for a big guard to really take care of because he does have some quickness and the ability to get off a tackle and make a play, and he can be sideline to sideline too. I mean,
that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, he can get there in a hurry, and my worry hit you hard when he gets there.
My worry for him if he's playing linebacker is because again now he eventually gets tackled here. I remember that play. I was like, is this guy going to go down? And he just got exhausted. But, when you talk about him, he made a ton of plays, and he plays single A public football.
He destroyed that kid.
Yeah, you're going to see a clip in a second here where he absolutely nails people. Well, it's just nonstop on his film, but. One thing I would say about him is that sort of the concern is with his length, he doesn't have tons and tons of leverage.
Right.
What happens, and no one wants this if you're a linebacker, what happens when you're dealing with an offensive line the size of Georgia's or Alabama's that are these 300-plus pound everywhere guys, and your defensive line in front of you doesn't get the job done, so to speak.
He's going to have to use that quickness because if they get their hands on him, it's going to be really tough. Yeah.
So he is not – I mean, now it's both things at the same time. He really is a heck of a football player. He really is.
He's a thumper. He's a thumper
good
in the middle.
I think he's really, really good.
He is.
But he's not – I mean, like all the rest of these guys –
Love the film. Senior, junior to senior,
and when we watched him live, all you gotta do is watch. Yeah. Like when you and I go watch. I'll speak for myself here. When I go watch a kid play, it's usually at least a 4-hour round trip from Athens to back to Athens. That's just if you're going to Atlanta. You want the kid to make plays all the time. This kid made plays all the time. In the first half, you could tell he was a player, no problem. He was a mom prospect. He was a guy, you take your mom to the game, you say, all right, who are we here to go see? And she can tell you within a quarter, he's a mom prospect, no problem.
And again, it's
totally sexist way of putting that, or maybe I call it,
It makes sense, the grandma.
Yeah, the toddler recruit, whatever you want to call it.
But again, he's not the tallest guy, but you can still see it because he's making plays.
He makes
every
ton of plays constantly. Rennie Curran maybe would be the guy.
2.0 Rennie Curran.
Yeah, but I think Rennie couldn't do some of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's a better athlete than Rennie
was. And Rennie can just reach out to me if you want to on that one. But, look, Rennie was – I don't necessarily remember Rennie playing running back at Brookwood. But this kid played – I know he didn't play quarterback from what I remember at Brookwood. This kid makes a lot of plays all the time. It makes you wonder – it makes you wonder how good is he one of the best athletes that Georgia will have on the team. It's just that he plays linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, physically, he definitely looks the part. He can come in and play. And if he doesn't break the rotation early, because again, they've got a lot of inside linebackers. But he's a guy who can help you immediately on special teams and knock a dude out.
He would be a guy that I would be, if I were Kirby and them, be eager to get out there and play special teams, punt, block. He could be a guy that could really give you, something there. The other thing about Clinch was the offense that they run is obviously a non-traditional, or I guess I don't know how you put that. Would it be considered traditional because it's so old? It's not, and it's not
old school.
It's not anything close to a what you'd run in college. But he was the point man in all of that. If he were if this were basketball, he would be your 1, 2, and 5. He would play basically every position he could play. And he's not a horrible quarterback for high school at all. I mean, I would say he's a pretty good quarterback, actually.
Yeah, but he's definitely a guy the staff wanted. Glenn Schumann.
Well, he's a guy you could run trick plays with.
Yeah.
And that's something to remember too, is just how athletic he is. And he's a guy who, I mean, we're recording this in early December 2018. He's one of the few guys in this class we don't know 100% for sure that Trezmen will go to Georgia. But whoever gets him at the end of the day,
he's a good player.
He's an exceptionally good high school football player. The only concern that I have is in college, he's not massive. Yeah. He's not your typical height of a linebacker. He's more like Tim Kimbrough, Rennie Curran. He's shorter.
N'Kobe Dean is short too. I'll say that. People love him.
And Kirby and them obviously don't consult with us about who they get.
Right.
They may be seeing what we see, in that this guy makes a lot of plays.
Yeah. That's what you essentially want at the linebacker spot, and a guy can come in and lay a big hit, maybe force a big turnover here and there. But yeah, it's December 1st today. He took recent visits to Tennessee and Alabama.
So we don't.
But I'm expecting him to sign with Georgia.
All right, that's our look at Trezmen Marshall, an outstanding football player from Clinch County.